Hello there, fellow summoners. M.O.D.O.K here. We're just going to do some off-season war fights. Not going to do any fancy editing or anything. Feel free to jump to any of the timestamps to get to any fights. Here you can see me switching out my team. I did an all-thing team in War 1 of the off-season because the war map was entirely empty. So we just had to walk the pass. But for War number 1, we're going to go in with a Proxima, Nebula, Torch team. We're up against SSX. And as far as like our off-season wars, we do it pretty relaxed. Try to do 0, if any, item use where possible. We try to clear as much as we can, but it's basically as how we do it in our battle group. It's just a free-for-all. You look at the map. You go and say, hey, I'm going to claim pass whatever in section 1, whatever in section 2, and I'm going to try so-and-so mini bosses and whatever. So it's pretty relaxed, nothing too crazy. If you die, you know. But yeah, so we're going up path 3. This has the Hit Me, I Dare You, so every 10 hits, they're going to get an armor up, and then if they have an armor up, you can get shocked, which is great for Nebula. Nebula is poison immune. You can see there I transferred over those initial 10 plus the 1 from blocking the shock charges because of the Proxima Midnight synergy, which is awesome. But now you can see I'm holding block a little bit, but because he has an armor up, I'm going to get shocked, or I have the chance to get shocked, and I'm just going to keep building up those shocks. And pardon my daughter in the background, we're hanging out tonight, but the shocks just keep coming, and we're going to just steamroll over this immortal abomination. Yeah, so she's really made for this fight. So as long as there's not like a hard counter to Nebula just does really well here. You know, I could have saved up for a special 2 and then transferred a whole bunch and just like nuked them down, but I don't know, I just felt like fighting them, throwing off some special ones and whatever. Yeah, Abomination goes down. Next up, I believe we have a Tigra, if I remember right. Yeah, Tigra. This has the Power Focus 2. I think it's the, whatever the node is called, to Hurt Locker. Yeah, Hurt Locker to can't throw the same special twice, and then ionized armor, Mystic Ward. So I'm just going with Torch. I'm not using my pre-fight, and we're just gonna kind of slow play it with the combo, doing like medium lights. I think I'm gonna start with just like lights. Yeah, trying to build up some smolder while getting a little bit incinerate damage on her. I'm not gonna go into a heavy quite yet. I don't know if I even do. But now Power Focus 2, you know, I prefer that she throws the special 1, but she just wasn't having it. That's fine. And I think we're going to just kind of go full combo on her, and then we just get out of the way so she doesn't hit me with an unblockable, because she hits you with an unblockable, whew, it's gonna hurt, probably kill you. But yeah, we finished that fight off pretty easily with Torch. Nice to not have him banned. I actually don't think SSX banned anybody. I don't know if that was intentional or if they just forgot, but whatever. Now we have no 2020, Hit Me, I Dare You, Static Defense, Masochism, and I'm gonna go in with Nebula, and I should have waited for like a pre-fight, but for like a White Magneto, because a White Magneto would have made this fight significantly easier. You know, this does have the strike counter fury, so I do have to manage my combo fairly well. And this guy's got that annoying auto block, and yeah, with that, with strike counter, it just really makes it hard to make sure you get all the hits you want in with the mediums, the light, the heavy. you know, getting a parry off, I get a little intercept there, but I'm just like, man, this is just not working well. And yeah, this guy does have recoil, but between like parrying and all of that and trying to manage strike counter and trying to get off like delayed heavies to be able to get that auto block shield down, it just wasn't working too well. Now had there been a white Magneto guidance on this, it would have been a totally different fight, because the openings would have been a lot easier to get all your strike counters in, and you know, I probably would have played this a little bit different with, well, I don't know, transferring over all the shocks on a special 2 on this fight would have been a little bit tricky, because the Masochism would probably eat up all of them, especially if you had the WhMags on. But basically what I'm trying to say here is Nebula not the best option for this, but I figured I'd give it a try. It was our first off-season war, and you can see I'm 2 minutes in. I haven't done much damage, a lot of regen from Masochism on the parries, but there's, you know, I don't really have any way to bypass the auto block other than trying to trigger it and then back up and get intercepts in. So done okay with trying to manage the high ground, but man, it's been a pain in the butt. I'm gonna die here really quick, I think. We do, yeah, right there. Boom. Oof, that was that was a big hit. So I called in some backup. We had a guy take him out. But next up, we got Iron Man Infinity War on the Mixmaster node 23. And like that, was like, when I went into this fight, I was like, no fireworks surge. I'm like, what? And so Demps, I don't know if he was just messing with me, but he went in and applied his Jubilee pre-fight on this fight, and I was like, do I need to worry about that? But I'm like, no, just go in. So Proxima is great with Mixmaster. I get to incapacitate the knockdown mission, so I'm just gonna do a bunch of heavy knockdowns. I do get the true strike, true accuracy, so I could bypass Mixmaster here. But basically my whole goal is to try to complete as many of the missions as I can and then throw off a special 3. This guy also does have suicides, which doesn't make this fight very difficult. It's nice that high ground is gone. Don't have to worry about those high ground charges building up and you know, getting all that extra block damage. But we completed the first mission, and then the next mission is parry. Yeah, so we get probably the 2 easiest missions, which is really nice. And by the time we get to special 3, we're gonna have 2 prowess. We're gonna wait for the armor to go away on Iron Man Infinity War, just so that we get full damage, because Iron Man Infinity War's armor is pretty potent, and I just don't want that to limit the damage that can be done from Proxima's L3, and it's just plenty to kill. Boom. Captain Bones, Iron Man Infinity War is gone. Pretty simple, easy fight. And, you know, I didn't even really play around Mixmaster. I didn't even try to do longer combos or anything like that when I could have. Just gonna get to L3 and then just and have it be over. So next we have Cosmic Ghost Rider. So this has the unstoppable armor, and I'm checking out my stash because I was originally planning on using Nebula for this fight, and I have a lot of items that are going to be expiring soon before the season's out. So I was like, okay, I can revive and throw a couple health potions into Nebula. And this has the enhanced bleed. It has static defense as well. So when there's an armor up on the champ, you get shocked. If you're a robot, which is perfect for Nebula. So I throw 2 health pots in. We're gonna go in. Now the one thing that is nice here is that it's a 30% chance for the unstoppable armor to trigger. Now, you think that's a pretty low chance? It seems like it is. For this fight, I was hoping to encounter unstoppable armor and kind of experience it firsthand, but we don't. So the first time you hit CGR, he will get an armor up, and he will go unstoppable and stun immune. So even if you hit him while stunned, you can get whacked. Oh no, we do. Right there, we do get whacked. So luckily he didn't combo me to oblivion. I don't recall getting whacked like that. I thought I didn't. But so you really need to be very, very careful on this CGR, because the first time you hit him, he can get that unstoppable, and if you parried him and hit him, he'll come out of that unstunned and just whack you. And if he does a full combo on you, that's not good news. You know, especially he can complete some of his damnation charges, and yeah, but we are getting a bunch of we got a bunch of shocks transferred. CGR, pretty simple fight, but something to be mindful of with a champ like CGR, or any champ that gets armor ups when you hit them. You gotta be really careful with that. Ideal to bring somebody that can prevent the armor ups, or put a slow on them. So this is the next war. We're going up path 6. This has the combat Deja Vu, and then I think it's like aggression prowess, or you get some type of prowess. But I'm just going to ignore the node. I'm just going to do a regular cycle from CGR, getting off the power gain, getting off the vigilance, and then we're just going to go right back at it. I don't have boost on. You know, if you had cosmic boost on, that special 2 would be able to get you back to another special 2 or even special 3, and the fight's over. But even without the cosmic boost, no big deal. Cosmic Ghost Rider just does his thing and wrecks that Mysterio. And then we're gonna go up, I think it's a Storm. Yeah, Storm Pyramid X. Now here, I wasn't expecting this fight to be problematic at all. I fight Storm Pyramid X a lot. It's got Power Focus 2 and Aggression Prowess. And I didn't apply the pre-fight from Torch because I was planning on using it on another fight on the map. But you're gonna see here, I'm gonna start glancing quite a bit, and you know, I want her throwing her special ones, and she gets kind of stingy. Plus, I just miss a parry, no problem. Just eat a little bit of damage. But we're getting kind of backed up on our map as far as like dexing her L1. Very comfortable doing that. Basically similar dex timing that you would use for CGR. But like, I've done hardly any damage because I just am not getting incinerates to land on her very often. And you know, she does have some energy resistance as well. But here we're getting backed up. Now we're all the way back in the corner. I'm like, okay, great. Trying to get her to throw. Not happening. She's building up those prowess. And then I miss a parry. And here comes an unblockable special 2. I try to dex it. I've dexed it before, but definitely not the special that I'm comfortable with dexing. And I die. So I'm like, I'm looking at the map. I'm like, how should I roll with this? I'm like, well, let me go back in with Overseer. Now, here's an interaction that I wasn't anticipating, but when Storm glances and you're hitting her to cross a bar of power, she can glance you from getting Gamma. Let's see if we can see this coming. Yeah, so right there, she just passed a bar of power, but I didn't get my Gamma because that hit that pushed her over a bar glanced, and there it goes again. I'm just like, are you serious? I need my Gamma. Gamma is where it's at with Overseer, especially since I don't have mine awakened. Definitely really need that damage, because otherwise the damage is just not great. So for three special ones in a row, I pushed her over. It's glanced, and I have not gotten Gamma. So I'm like, wow, this fight's gonna either get ugly really fast, or it's gonna be really long because I'm not getting Gamma. And four times in a row. Well, let's see if we can't count how many times in a row we don't get Gamma. So I just throw off a special just because, and there's five special ones in a row, no Gamma. Getting quite annoyed, and we're getting backed up again. She's building up quite a bit of prowess. Aggression prowess is just ticking, and I'm like, I cannot die again and eat another special 2. There we go. Throws the special. Oh, 6 special ones in a row, no Gamma. I was like, geez, can I catch a break, please? And we're backed up, tons of prowess. All right, on the seventh time, we push her over, we get Gamma. But now we're all the way in the corner, and so I'm just like, okay, we're gonna go for it, and we're either gonna dash back, or we're gonna hold block out of the combo. And here we get to the 8th Gamma, 8th power bar on that special 2. It didn't give me a Gamma. We throw off the special 3, and I'm like, can this kill her? No, it doesn't kill her. I'm like, great. So I'm just holding blocked so she doesn't throw a special, and she doesn't end up throwing that special 2, and we take her out. I'm like, oh my gosh. That was a pretty ugly fight. Definitely an ugly fight. But here's a good one. Coming up, here is a good fight. So I was originally going to use Human Torch for this fight. Fisher Price, he's got a Dr. Doom, Unawakened. This has the Wind of Opportunity stun, Defective defense, got a heal block. So can't stun him when the stun shield's up, otherwise it's gonna get reflected if you take blocks. And check this out. So we're kind of just gonna hit into his block while we're waiting for that stun shield to come down. And then we're gonna go to town on this Dr. Doom with Overseer. So here we go. Now check this out. 8% on that one block. And I was like, oof, that was pretty brutal. And then about another 10% when I had that one disorient up, just hitting into the block. I'm like, I can't be blocking too much in this fight. So we're just gonna play without blocking. We're gonna do our best to dex like a boss. And you know, we can't get shocked because the Doom is unawakened. We can't be nullified anyways with Overseer. But hey, look at this. We are building up Gamma, which is nice. I do need to be careful that, you know, if I end up throwing a special 1 in this fight, that I don't do it when the Wind of Opportunity stun is up, because otherwise it will stun him. Whether I hit him with a clean hit or whether I hit it into the block, it will stun Doom, and I do not want that. So now we got 4 Gamma. I'm trying to think if I end up just pushing him over this special 1, getting to 5 Gamma, and then throwing the special 3 after I bait this. I believe that's what I do. Alright, and the Wind of Opportunity stun is falling. Boom, it's gone. I think maybe I'm gonna go 1 more. There we go. We do have a bunch of special concussions up. Now on that block, that last block hit, I didn't get the defective defense. I think it's only 50% chance on a parry, so maybe that's why I didn't get the disorient. So now I do have Cosmic Mode activated. So we're going to be doing combos with as many light attacks as we can. And that's going to give us that energy damage, which is, it's going like 7,000 a tick when I had that energy vulnerability up. But we didn't get very many combos in, which was kind of unfortunate. We do have 7 special concussions. I eat that special. So special concussions can actually prevent the aura from coming up, but I don't think it actually does in this fight. There's a little bit of Mystic Dispersion on this guy, but not a ton. And we're just trying to bait special ones. I didn't want to have to make sure that I fully dex the special 2. And I didn't want to block it because I have other fights that I want to play around with without having to use potions and stuff. But here we go. We got 3 gamma. We light off the special 2. It pushes them over 1 more bar. So we got the cosmic mode with 4 gamma up, and then we light them up. So slow fight, unboosted, fairly clean, and got him down. Not too bad. So next up, now here is another Cosmic Ghost Rider. So you would have thought I would have learned my lesson, but because I guess it didn't hurt as much, it didn't cross my mind. But this got buff, imbalance, weakness, opportunist, divine barrier, heal block. So, you know, he's gonna get, every time that Cosmic Ghost Rider gets a buff, I am going to get a weakness. We're gonna go Cosmic Ghost Rider versus Cosmic Ghost Rider. So I parry, I hit him, it triggers his armor up, and immediately that triggers the global unstoppable armor, and he comes out of the stun and whacks me. Now luckily I didn't get a full combo to the face, but that's definitely something that you really need to be aware of for fighting any Cosmic Ghost Rider this season. That first hit, there is no way around it unless you're using like a champ like say Tigra with Neutralize, or you're hitting him with a slow on your first hit with like maybe a SheHulk or Spider-Gwen or Yellow Jacket or Hawkeye or something. You really will want to heavy and put a slow on immediately to protect yourself from getting the stun coming off, getting an unstoppable, and then just getting wrecked. Because the last thing you want to do is eat a full 5-hit combo from Cosmic Ghost Rider to give him extra judgments. But you know, after he gets that first set of judgments with the armor up, you're good to go. Don't have to really worry about much anything else. And here we're just trying to get through this match. And we do. We get a bunch of the weaknesses off, baiting the special ones, watching that timer for when those armor ups come up to make sure that we're not actively hitting mid combo or through a special. And we get Cosmic Ghost Rider down. And a few minutes later, we walk up to this WhMags. There's no global on him anymore. There's no high ground, which is nice. We're not going to go in with Cosmic Ghost Rider, obviously, because he's metal. So we're going to go in with Overseer. He is not metal. And, you know, WhMags is going to get those Prowess, which is going to give him power gains and stuff. You can offset that with a Dex. So, like, if he's getting close to a special 3, you can just get a Dex and get the precision up, and that will offset that, and then just kind of wait out and bait the special. We're going to Dex, and I think we Dex most of the special ones. Finally get off all those weaknesses. We got Gamma going, and then we're just going to just smash away, Dex the special ones, and we're getting some decent energy damage. We got a Fury up to offset the Prowess from the Rich Get Richer that he's gaining, the power gain, and light him up. Not too bad there. Now, a little bit later, I'm going to stroll up to this this Mojo, and my torch is dead. This is where I was going to use my pre-fight on, and I end up just reviving and healing up torch just so that we can get through this fight to the mini island. No boosts, no indestructibles, no Mr. Fantastic pre-fights. And I'm just hoping that this guy wants to play game and throw his specials and that I get some reasonable prompts. I'm not even going in at full health. I'm just like, well, it's just, I'm either going to get L3'd or this fight's going to go just fine. So charge the heavy, we get to 20 temp, and we get block a hit, which is not what we want. Give him extra power. Trying to not dex, and we do dex. Now we need to use a special attack, and I didn't intend on blocking that and hitting him, but yeah, whatever. He throws a special 2, but it gets almost all the way back to a special 2. We got anti-life field up, and I don't know, I just could not dash back without parrying. Unfortunately, we get that indestructible up. I'm trying my best to slow my combo, and I thought I was gonna get him to keep hitting into my block to where I could counter and hit him. No, he hits into my block twice. Gets to the special 3, and he's smashing his phone, and I get wrecked. So I was like, that didn't go too well, and I left it for cleanup. Yeah, that was unfortunate, but I did not finish that off. I wasn't going to use more items, and yeah, this war, I think this is up against 1, the chosen one. Yeah, we did get somebody to take care of that, and this is like next morning, a few hours left in the war. It wasn't looking too good in one of our battle groups as far as like actually winning this, and I was like, okay, well, I'm just gonna try out Overseer on this Immortal Abomination. This wasn't in the plan for me to take this. You know, Overseer has a lot of debuffs that he puts on from his specials or from the opponent launching a special. He is poison immune. And you know, you can get some willpower healing from the petrifies and the weaknesses. But yeah, if you don't, this has got the combat deja vu, so if you do the same action twice in a row, you get that blue block penetration. And you know, Immortal Abomination, he's going to be throwing his specials, which give him poisons. Now here you can see, ooh, that block penetration was up with 2 prowess, and that hurt. That hurt for sure. I activate my cosmic mode. I'm hoping this guy plays ball, and he is not throwing his special. He's just wasting my cosmic mode, and he gets back to a special 1 with throwing that. So if he's not throwing his special, then every special he's gaining a bar. I'm trying to do just light attacks so I get all that energy damage. But yeah, I was a little bit impatient here, and we're trying to get as much damage as we can at the end of that cosmic mode. Right here, that's where I made the mistake. I pushed him over to special 2, and we have the block penetration up. I was about to just try to finish him off with the special 2, hopefully, but he throws it, and I don't have that dex down, and the block penetration killed me. Yeah, that sucked. And so I was like, well, he's almost dead. Maybe I can just finish him off with a quick burst of Cosmic Ghost Rider. Yeah, watch this. I block, heavy, okay, good. And then totally miss my next parry, and I die. I was like, okay, somebody else can finish that off. And I wanted to just get some practice on Maw, and we had a Man-Thing boss. So I go and revive my team, and then here I was only going to put in 2 health potions, but I accidentally put in 3. I like clicked the button, I clicked use it, and then I added another 2 instead of 1. I'm like, okay, well, I guess I'm going in full health, using some health potions that I didn't really intend on using, and I had a 10% boost that was expiring, so I threw that on as well. And yeah, Overseer is such a good option to counter M.O.D.O.K. You know, granted you do need to get your reparries off, but you know, he cannot nullify you, and he's got that taunt on the heavy, he's got the special concussions. Now it's got the aspect of evolution like special 2 biased and enhanced special 2, so I do not want to see M.O.D.O.'s special 2 ever. So we're just going to keep baiting the specials. Now there I did not get my spacing correct on countering that. We are going to push him over a bar and activate a cosmic mode with 3 gamma. So it's not super long, so we need him to play ball. Not quite, we get faltered. We need to wait that out, and we got nothing. We got no energy damage off of that cosmic mode. So we're just gonna go for another round. You know, block penetration from aspect of evolution, not really being a big deal here. Got some nice counters. He's got, Overseer does have a really solid reach on his heavy. Got a bunch of special concussions on. M.O.D.O.K, here we go again. We got 3, 4 gamma going into this one. We got a nice little reparry. Look at that energy damage, beautiful. We just need him to keep throwing specials, and he's being a little bit stingy. And it falls off. Furies are going. I'm trying to think if this guy had Mystic Dispersion or not. We'll see on this next precision that we take off. No, I think he didn't really have. Yeah, I don't think he had any, which probably helped. But you know, I'm playing this pretty safe, just kind of messing around, keeping off him from getting his persuasions. And there, oh, I thought I hit him with that heavy. Nope, we get countered. Luckily, he is hitting like a little sissy. Didn't do too much damage. We get faltered again. Get some willpower healing out of it. Reparry, boom, knock him down, and we're gonna go back at it. All right, here we go. Cosmic mode activated with 3 gamma. So it's not a super long duration. Probably should have saved some of those, so we had just a really long duration on it. But I probably should have just went for a full combo there, but there we have it. We get the M.O.D.O.K solo. Long fight, unboosted. Probably with Cosmic Boost would have been a lot better. But now we're gonna go up on this boss. We got a Man-Thing boss, rank 3. And this guy does have Mystic Dispersion. It's not 5 out of 5, but it's fairly, I think it's about 4 out of 5 if I remember right, or it looked to be fairly significant. And the one thing that was quite annoying on this fight was Man-Thing has that unstoppable timer with his heavy right there. So he's got 2 timers going, one for his unstoppable heavy to come back up, and then the other is for the global defensive tactic unstoppable armor, for that armor to come up and potentially to trigger the unstoppable. So we're kind of getting backed up in the corner. We do need to be careful that we aren't hitting him mid-special because we don't have a slow or anything to bypass the unstoppable. And I do want to get off Cosmic mode now with as much gamma as possible, and he's kind of being stingy, and you know, I'm not playing the most aggressive, but we get him to throw a special 2, we can counter that easily, and we just gotta wait for that timer every time to not be mid combo. And yeah, it's quite annoying. He doesn't end up getting a lot of unstoppables at the beginning of the fight from the global. You can see he does have a little bit of Mystic Dispersion going on. I do wish, and right there I wanted to throw the special 2, but we were that unstoppable, or the armor up timer was coming quick. But finally get it launched off. We launched it with 6 gamma. We need him to throw a special, and he just turtles up. He's just wasting away my gamma, or my cosmic mode, and yeah, barely get anything off. And yeah, it looks like the special concussion actually prevented the armor up on that last one. Not there. I'm not sure. Maybe I saw that wrong. But yeah, the one nice thing is I wish my Overseer was awakened, because every time that I would get poisoned, or a mystic champ like the last Maw would try to nullify me, that would build up the gamma, and that would allow me to get into cosmic mode quicker and for longer durations. Here we get a nice little draft back intercept going, but here we just can't counter that because we gotta wait to see if the unstoppable comes up. It doesn't, and after a bunch of these times I'm like, man, is it ever gonna actually trigger the unstoppable? It didn't really seem like it. Here I'm kind of worried that I'm gonna push him to special 3. We don't, but we're getting some good damage there. Bait the heavy, retaliate. He doesn't get the unstoppable again. My gamma mode or cosmic mode falls off, and we're just not doing. There we go. We got an unstoppable. Stop my combo before I would have gotten smacked. But yeah, see that the Mystic Dispersion on this guy it's pretty decent. I think it's like 4 out of 5. It looks like 4 out of 5. But the damage is just not there. Now I'm not boosted. I'm actually debating whether or not to potentially use one of. I have a generic Awakening Gem for Overseer. I'm considering it. Not certain that I'm gonna do it, but I do like him a lot, and I know that he gets a lot of extra benefit being awakened. But had I done this, well, I'm not sure that we would have done this in season. This is just kind of a test, but the unstoppable armor is definitely annoying. But if I were to do this in season where we're boosted, I would definitely have big boosts on, definitely put science power back boosts on. Now I don't know how much I would actually get back. I would think I could get a decent chunk, but definitely would help. And if he was awakened, would definitely be able to get more gamma throughout the fight. Yeah, I just totally missed there. We do activate the regen, but we time out. And I'm like, full fight, and I only got 65%. And I could have gone back in, but I had a little health left, and I didn't want to put any health potions in, so I had another buddy come in. He had a Spider-Man 2099, and he finished him off. So, yeah. All right, and then today, this is war number 5? No. War number 6? No, sorry. Going back to war number 4 of the off-season. I'm going to go up path 5 the whole way. Got some interesting fights. So this has Force of Will right back at it, and the Ebb and Flow Knockdown for this Mr. Negative. Mr. Negative, I feel, is pretty easy to fight, because I feel like if you try to block bait heavies, he is very willing to do that quite often, and that's how I like to get my openings in instead of parrying. Because if you parry, you give him light energy, and then when he throws a special one, or you knock him down with the light energy, you get the delirium, reverse controls, and all that. That can really mess you up. So you're gonna see me never parry in this fight, and I'm only gonna knock him down with my specials. I didn't like dual practice ahead of time to see what the spacing would be to bait his heavy and then counter his heavy with Falcon's own heavy. I think you probably can reach if you do like a light into a heavy, but you know, when we're locked on, we get decent damage output, and here we're gonna get locked on again, and then we're just gonna block bait. I'd like to push him to his special 2s, and then we're gonna just get him knocked down after here. Oh yeah, I get tagged by that. I felt like I dexed that, but luckily the rest of the special didn't connect, which seems a bit odd. But we do get that Petrify on us, which is actually giving us a little bit of willpower healing, which is nice. But yeah, we're gonna take this guy out. We just got hit that once with a little bit of chip damage. We get locked on again. Again, if you just cut your combo short and block bait, Mr. Negative, he loves to throw his heavy, and it's easy to retaliate. It's a great alternative to parrying and giving him light energy. Next up, again, Ebb and Flow Knockdown Heavy Hitter, where he's going to go unstoppable on the heavy. And we're going to go in with Nimrod. We did have a couple boosts, a 10% attack and health and attack boost applied for these, just because they were like expiring within a few hours. So yeah, we're gonna put those on before they expire. We do have item use on as well, and we're just gonna try to get some intercepts in, try to get reparries in. I miss a couple of reparries here at the beginning. You know, when we're in the blue mode, which is the Titan protocol, every time we get a well-timed block, we get an armor up. So we get a lot. We got a ton of armors going on right now, and I wanted to get to a special 2 in Blitz, which is the orange mode, and we activate Eradicate. Boom, we light them up with a pretty juicy special 2. But I don't think all of that was under the Fury and the protection off. Let me check that back. Yeah, it ended and the protection got re-enabled right towards the end. So we throw off a special 1, get an Energize. We're in Eradicate protocol, getting a bunch of parries, and we end up getting parried. Oh well, we got a lot of armors up. Nimrod is a tank, and yeah, we just can't punish that heavy reliably. I know if you time it just right, you can hit before the unstoppable, like right when it falls off, but get him with another special 2. Nimrod is just a mutant slayer. He's just awesome, and he's awakened now, so that's pretty cool. So we end up strolling up to this Mordo on Mixmaster, and I was like, hey, should I take this Mordo with Falcon or SheHulk? And I couldn't remember if Falcon's locked on bypassed the Astral Evade when you stun Mordo, so I went out, did a quick duel. It does. So I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna go crush him with Mordo, I'm gonna crush Mordo with Falcon, and I still have those boosts that I had activated for the Path 5 activated. So we go in, whole game plan here, dash back, activate locked on, and then I can parry full 5-hit combos and just dex the specials, and then just be very, 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 very mindful of when the locked on falls off, because I need to know what attack I just did so that I don't mess up on the Mixmaster. And like right there I was like, what attack did I do? I did the special, so we just do a medium light, come back, medium light, and then we're gonna activate locked on, and then I tried to parry, but I think I was just late there. I get tagged. We tried to do a heavy into his power gain mode. He resisted with the stand your ground mastery. It's no bueno there. And we're gonna throw off another special 1 right as the locked on expires. So we gotta pay attention to Mixmaster. Do a little medium light. We're going to try to bait his special 2. He does throw it. Medium light, dash back, activate, locked on. So we've taken a little bit of block damage plus getting hit, but we can parry freely, and boom, we got all those critical damage passes being built up, because when locked on is going, he's evading underneath and building those up for you, and you can get some nice damage. So we get the solo. We're gonna go up to this Footloose, Crumbling Armor, Force of Will, Kinetic Transference, Void. Trying to think if this one had suicide. I think this guy had suicides, but I was going to try to put Withers on, but you're gonna see I start with the slow so that I can make sure that I can hit him after he throws a special, because he's gonna go unstoppable and get the evade, but the unstoppable is gonna get eaten up by the heavy. We reapply that, bait the special 2, and then we go back in. And I never really did any full alternating 5-hit combos. I think I was too worried about the 10-hit combo meters. We take a little bit of damage there. But the one nice thing is SheHulk, she can shrug off non-damaging debuffs. And you can see that I did that. I was on the 29th hit, and it shrugged off the Intimidating Presence debuff. Special to kill him off. SheHulk's actually a pretty decent void counter. Definitely for the Footloose, she's really great. Yeah, and we're gonna head up. We wait for energy. We're gonna head up path 5 in section 2. We got a Mangog. This has Ebb and Flow, Intercept, and Sadist, which the more debuffs you have on him, the more attack that he gets. Which, if I go the Wither route with SheHulk, that could really be to my detriment, because he's going to get a lot of attack if I start stacking up the Withers, which is very possible. So I'm not going to be throwing Withers on, even though it would be nice to mitigate his power gain, the passive power gain. I do throw on a regen boost. I have 2 regen boosts that were expiring today, so I'm going to use it for this fight and the next one to just kind of top off SheHulk and Falcon. But yeah, the one nice thing is I can get the slow on. Now, one thing that I forgot is that SheHulk's slow will prevent the unstoppable, and you can see all the debuffs fall off when the protection comes back up. So I gotta be mindful of that always, whether it's a stun, the slow, whatever, the exhaustions, all that kind of stuff. But it doesn't prevent the unstoppable passive from actually being applied. Therefore, it doesn't prevent them from not becoming stun immune. You can still hit them, but you do need to be mindful of that. So like if you had them under the stun, even though if you had a slow up, if you're planning on like hitting them through that stun period, where it's not going to be entirely safe because that stun's going to get consumed. We miss the intercept and then we get it right back. We knock down the protection, and yeah, it's going fine. We bypassed his first set of hatred, getting a 10. Eat a combo to the face, but we're gonna get another intercept here, and we're gonna finish him off. And the one thing that I didn't notice until the very, very end of this fight was this Mangog actually had suicides on. So I didn't realize it at first because the protection removes the suicide, double edge, and liquid courage. But yeah, we keep on applying that slow just in case the unstoppable armor pops up. I think it's going to pop up and activate. Yeah, so right there, the stun got consumed because it becomes stun immune. And we get a nice little heavy. And then the recoil kills him off. So SheHulk gets the job done there. Little mess ups, but we got through it, and we still do have that regen 3-minute boost active running. 10 seconds left, just in time, so we just hop in. This is Mighty Charge and Ebb and Flow intercept, and we're gonna get locked on, and we're going to intercept. We're gonna do a couple of hits, knock down the shield, drop back, intercept. Now the one thing with the regen here is when he throws that L1, he's gonna reverse it, but the amount of health that I do gain is more than what he can reverse on the few L1s that he ends up throwing. So, you know, not too bad. And locked on actually prevents the ebb and flow intercept from coming back up. We get our reparry in, throw a special one, and he bleeds out. So pretty quick, simple fight for Falcon there. Pretty happy with him as rank 3. He's very solid. Now last up, we're going to Mini Island. We're gonna go head over to the right. This has the safeguard, and then it's got like armored assault, which Yellow Jacket doesn't get any benefit from any of this other than the safeguard. So I do apply my last regen boost that was expiring today. We're gonna throw Falcon in here. The nice thing is when he's locked on, he bypasses the safeguard, or he can bypass the safeguard, and you'll see that. Plus I'm gonna be throwing special ones. Plus the locked on prevents Yellow Jacket from gaining his radioactive charges, whatever they're called. So I don't have to worry about him going into his like nuclear reactor. I don't know what the terms are for him, but when he gets to 100, he can activate his nuclear meltdown, and if you have any contact with him, even blocked hits, you take major damage. So it can activate at 100, but sometimes it's not always activating right at 100. But you can see he wasn't getting charges when I'm just hitting him, which normally he would. And you throw a special, he usually gets 10. He got 10 on that last special one, but this one he was under the locked on, so he doesn't get those charges. So I think the idea here for him being on this node is that you have to throw maybe a lot of specials if you're going to use a champ that's going to do damage that way. And if you do that, you're going to get him to melt down, and then there's a good chance that you can really get messed up from taking contact from him while in that mode. But we're not even going to get anywhere close to getting to 100. Keeping locked on for most of the fight. My Falcon's a SIG 40, I believe. And we finish him off. Not too bad. Pretty simple. Just get those special 1 and special 2 decks down, and Falcon does really well there. Somebody like AA would do great as well. And then we're going to head over left to Hazard Shift. So I usually do not take this fight. It's Hazard Shift, Incinerate Poison, Stun Immunity, and I still have that regen boost going. We're going to go in with Nimrod. Nimrod slays pretty much all mutants, and I'm going to wait out the hazard, or the hazard. I'm going to wait out the Incinerate phase right here. I'm going to try to hit into her block to get some space on the field and parry as much as I can. Like, I can't stun her, but when I'm in the blue Titan protocol, I get those armor ups. The more armor ups, the more tanky he is, the more damage that I can do on specials and stuff like that. And then I'm going to try to launch off a special 2 when I'm in the orange Titan mode. So I can either get there by letting the clock right now, like it does, expire and just switch over naturally, or I can do a 4-hit combo or a 5-hit combo ending in a light. Or basically 4 lights in a row. Now I get cornered here, and I was doing okay dexing but I just got a little rattled, start eating a few heavies. Luckily, Nimrod is just a tank, and unfortunately, I get pushed to the special 3 while doing all that, so I throw off the special 3. But I do get a regen, which is kind of nice. Not really needed, but it's nice. And you can do some burst damage, which if you saw that, the regular damage was like 21,000, but also I had a red burst damage of 21,000, so it was like a 42,000 special 3. Not too terrible damage wise. So I'm gonna try to build back up to special 2. I'm waiting out the incinerates. I do get a hit in there, doesn't trigger, which is nice. We're in poison mode, so now I can hit freely without having to worry about anything. The nice thing also with Nimrod, he's immune to ability accuracy reduction against mutants, so I don't get all the crit failure crap that Domino has. And I nuke her down with a special 2. It just doesn't do quite enough. One more hit, and we knock her out. And that's all I got for right now. I'm not certain if I'm gonna end up hitting this Magneto with Nimrod, but we'll see. I'll probably have to wait till the morning till we get stuff cleared or whatnot. It being the off season, not really a big rush or anything, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see what we used on that. I don't really have a lot of health left and don't really have a way around the unstoppables, but you know, I've done a Magneto fight on Node 26 with the like stunning reflection, window of opportunity stun, doing a lot of intercepts and whatnot. But hopefully this gives you a few looks at some of the global. I haven't had a lot of the global fights yet with the unstoppable armor, and yeah, hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.